Welcome back to my channel at The Film Optimist, everybody. I just got done watching the newest film, The Superman, the Christopher Reeve Story. This is a documentary centering around Christopher Reeve's life, not only as Superman, but when he was a theater major, all the way up until the point where he gets in that accident on the horse where he breaks his neck and becomes paralyzed. Now, originally, I wasn't going to see this movie when I first heard about it because I'm not a big documentary guy, but then I saw the trailer and it just moved me to tears. I mean, the score in that trailer goes so hard, and I don't understand how anyone could watch it and not shed a tear. And then just thinking about it for the last couple of weeks, I grew up as a little boy sitting on the couch watching this man fly around my TV screen along with Michael Keaton's Batman. To me, they are the definitive Superman and Batman, and that doesn't take away anything from Henry Cavill or David Corenswet or Christian Bale or Robert Pattinson or Ben Affleck. They're great, but Christopher Reeves and Michael Keaton will always be the Batman and Superman to me. And I just felt that I needed to go out and support this movie because of how much watching those movies shaped my life. I am such a big superhero advocate to this day, but more specifically, the world's finest Batman and Superman. And I wanted to support this movie. What I was not expecting was for it to be this masterpiece that it actually is. Because on one hand, this movie is a documentary that tells you a lot of Christopher Reeve's life, from when he is a young theater major to getting the role of Superman, both of his marriages, to having kids, to falling off the horse and getting paralyzed. It is all of that, but really this movie is about how he wasn't just Superman on screen, but off as well. Because once he becomes paralyzed, Christopher Reeves was just so filled with hope and optimism that even though doctors told him he would never walk again, he would never move again, he just was so hopeful and he had so much heart, and his will to prove them wrong far exceeded anything that science could have told him. He just had such a strong will and he wanted to prove people wrong. And in the later half of his years, he slowly did start getting mobility in his hands and his feet again, albeit not enough to actually walk, but it was more than they told him he would ever be able to do. So he starts this Christopher Reeves Foundation where he just spends all of his time and investing money into research, into stem cell research, to help other people in his predicament. It even went as far as having the president invite him on national television to announce the Christopher Reeves Foundation moving forward and how far he's come from being paralyzed and told he'll never walk again. This is just such a beautiful story. I mean, they say it in the trailer. Because of him, even after he's dead, because of his foundation, there are literally people that are being told they will never walk again, walking. People are literally walking because of him, and he hasn't been around since like 2000, I don't know if it's 6 or 2008. It's one of those two. I mean, if that's not a superhero, I don't know what is. It's just such a beautiful story about not giving up. Really, at the end of the day, yes, the movie's about his life, and it's about the foundation, and how he's saving all these lives, but what I took away from it was just how strong willpower is, and how you should just never give up no matter how hard it is. I mean, this movie made me want to go back to high school and try and pass 9th grade math, because I didn't pass 9th grade math. I am terrible with numbers, but it just had me so inspired. It's so hard to leave this film and be stressed about the little things in life when it could be so much worse. And then you watch a movie like this and you feel so awful for the position he's in, and you just can't help but smile. My cheeks literally hurt towards the end of this film because of how much I was smiling at just his optimism and his hope. And he was paralyzed, and like he said in the trailer, he can't make love to his wife, he can't throw a ball to his newly born son, he can't ski anymore, can't ride horses anymore, and he was still just so cheerful, and that's just so inspiring. To anyone that's struggling at something you love, if you love something and you're trying to achieve something and you keep failing and you feel like giving up, go and watch this movie, because it is impossible to walk out of it and not want to achieve wonders and reach for the stars. Yes, there is tragicness to it with the death of him at an early age and the death of his wife and his son having no mother and father, but from everything that little boy, I mean, Christopher Reeves had 2 other kids, but they were old enough to the point where when he died, they were kind of okay on their own. Whereas in the son he had with his new wife was still just a little boy, but he used that strength that his father instilled in him and stepped up to the plate and kind of ran this organization, this Christopher Reeve Foundation, with his siblings to make sure that even though their dad and their mother was gone, that their legacy would move on and that their voice would still be heard even to this day. And for such tragedy that befell on this family. I keep using the word beautiful, but it truly is so beautiful to just see how much hope they still have and all of the wonderful things they're doing for the paralyzed community to this day. As somebody that is actively trying to build a platform on YouTube in the movie talk pundit space and having small success, but not the success that I would like to get out of my 9-to-5 job, and somebody that's also a cinematographer desperately trying to make things for people to watch and enjoy, this is the movie I needed right now to tell me to keep going, even though it seems incredibly difficult, hard, and unachievable. And I guarantee there's millions of other people in the world right now that need this movie too, just like I did. I really can't recommend it enough. Don't walk to go see this movie. Run. I award this film a 10 out of 10. It is such a beautiful, powerful masterclass of a documentary. And if you're not trying to sit in a movie theater and see it, please, I urge you to watch it when it comes out on streaming on HBO. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you going to go check out this movie? Have I given you a reason to go to the movies to see it? Or if nothing else, at least stream it when it comes out. Let's talk about it down below. And as always, guys, I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll catch you next time.